No, not the left bee.
Oh.
I've always been interested in insects. It started as a little kid. My mom helped me keep a nature journal with what I found, and I learned them by myself.
I love plants and I love flowers, and I was totally on the plant side of things. And then I fell in love pretty quickly once I started looking at insects under a microscope.
This is the Pollination Ecology Lab, and pollination ecology is the study of the interaction between plants and their pollinators. There's an entomological side to that, and there's a botanical side to that. The plant side is plant reproduction, how plants, strategies for successful reproduction. The animal side of that is foraging behavior and food selection and sensory abilities and things like that.
Insects are an incredibly important part of the ecosystem, especially pollinators, of course. We couldn't have flowers without them. And so it's scary to think that we don't know what's happening to insects across most of the US because they simply haven't been studied enough, and there's so many of them.
So we're conducting a systematic inventory of pollinating insects. And we are trying to sample as many different kinds of habitats and parts of the southern part of the state as possible.
Without that kind of baseline information, it's impossible to detect trends in if species ranges are expanding or contracting, or if their populations are up or down.
So we're going to drop some pan traps. They're little bowls, brightly colored bowls of water with some detergent in them, and they passively collect pollinators. And it's been shown that using the pan traps plus the hand netting is best for capturing all the biodiversity of pollinators. So we're following some established methods.
Okay, we have a large wasp-mimicking syrphid. It's a fly. They're called flower flies, but a lot of them mimic bees or other wasps, so they don't get attacked. And this one happens to be really loud, like a yellow jacket. Pretty cool.
You have how many bumblebees we found? 8.
Species? 6 or 8? Yeah, I don't know. I think about 6.
When we come back to the lab, we ultimately get a fully curated collection where every insect specimen in here has a label that has where it's from, including a physical description and coordinates, the day it was collected, what plant it was collected from, who collected it, and ultimately what species it is. I see lots of stuff about Save the Bees in social media and the news, and there's a conflation of 2 important challenges. One of those challenges is producing enough honeybees, managed honeybees, for agricultural pollination. The honeybee is native to Europe. It's the European honeybee. It's not native to the Americas, and there's no honeybees native to North America. And so they're of great utility to us. And then there's the biodiversity of native pollinators, and those have evolved with the native plants here. If our concerns are economic, then those are linked to honeybees. If we are concerned about conserving biodiversity, then our concerns are the native bees. Everything's connected, and the bees are small creatures that do something very important for all of us. We're just at a time when this is something that's finally being recognized as important, and there's a demand for the information and the knowledge.
Oh, I don't think we brought it with us now.
Oh, no, I brought it with us.
The findings from my component of that project have been quite exciting. So we have found 2 putative, undescribed, unknown to science bee species One of those was collected on the SIU campus and also out in Little Grand Canyon. And we collected there during the same time period this year, and we did not get any more of those. It's clearly something that's quite rare. There's a lot of invertebrate animals and plants that are undiscovered by science. And so it is very exciting to find some of that just here in our backyard.
I don't know what conspicuous means though. How conspicuous is conspicuous?
Conspicuous, like persistent after the leaf has fallen, so like there's one.
I've had more than one student say that they wanted to come here because it's such a cool place.
It's beautiful. There's so many different habitats and ecosystems that are within like a 2-hour drive of this place, which is one of the places that makes it such a great research university, because there's so many different ecosystems to sample from.
Beyond anything, SIU just made it super easy to get into a lab and start doing my own work.